name is Dach. I'm from Byron, Illinois. I am a U.S. Army veteran, and I got out as an E6 staff sergeant. I love this word. This is the reason why I started a CrossFit box in my community, in my town. The word community means a lot of things to me, but first and foremost, we believe that it is built. It is something that is not just given, and it's built by the people that are part of it. Community is a safe place for like-minded people to come together and really lift each other up to make ourselves collectively, ourselves as individuals, and the place around us just better. Cal means to me, again, going back to the whole word community, Cal is just that. It's a community, albeit right now with COVID, it's a very virtual community, but even still, it's a place for veterans to come together with like-minded people. We speak a like language. We have like memories and situations and life experiences. And also we're like in the way that we like to use fitness for some sort of healing. And so Cal to me is just this community of healing, support, accountability, and hope. So the one word that inspires me the most is grit. It inspires me so much. I use it in my business name. And for me, that word really means just to have courage and determination in the face of difficulty. And I think for most of us, we really have to find grit and use that every day. The difference between who I am today and who I was the day I came home from deployment. That's a hard question to answer. There's a lot of places to start. A lot of things come to mind immediately. One is age. I was super young. I was 18 when I came back from my first deployment. So I'm much older now, much wiser, I like to think. But I think I'm a lot more mentally and emotionally developed. So I had a lot of struggles early on when I came back from deployment, a lot of mental struggles, emotional struggles, found myself in a pretty dark place. Now, fast forward, almost 20 years later, I have found coping mechanisms to put in place, and I am happy with myself, and I have more confidence, and I've built this community around me to help me walk through life day to day. I'm also a mom, which is a big difference between the day I came back, and that kind of changes your perspective on the way that you look at life. I think too, the day I came back, I had a really hard time reintegrating into society. And I struggled with that for a long time until I found CrossFit and until I created this community here in Byron with CrossFit. You're always looking for your sense of purpose as somebody who has served, or sort of, what is my purpose in life? So I'm definitely well along on that path and that journey, and finding different ways to serve the people around me that is meaningful, and sort of filling that gap that was left after leaving the service. So fitness to me is something that I've always used as sort of a coping mechanism to keep my brain right, my thoughts in check. So even during deployments, I usually the fitness method that I would go to back then was running, and that would help clear my mind of whatever thoughts I was having. When I got back from deployment, I found myself in a dark place, and I was really struggling with reintegrating and getting along with my peers, and I fell away from fitness. And when I did that, I fell into this sort of downward spiral of making terrible life choices and things that were not healthy for me. And it took several months to find my way back to fitness and get myself back into the habits of making good lifestyle choices. And I'm not saying I'm perfect now. I certainly find myself, and more often than I would like, struggling with that sometimes. And fitness always brings me back. So like I said, it started with running. And once I got introduced to CrossFit about 8 to 10 years ago, I kind of switched focus to that. CrossFit brought something to the table that running didn't, and that was, it forced me to do things that I was uncomfortable with, It gave me more confidence. It gave me a new skill to kind of focus and learn, which was a distraction from other things going on in my life. So it really became this healthy thing to engage in, to cope with, whatever I was going through at the time. So that is still kind of my go-to now is CrossFit, and this is why I opened a CrossFit box here in a small town, is I wanted to give that to other folks too, and not just veterans in the area, not just adults in the area, but the kids too, to have this place that they can come and it's safe and everybody's sort of working towards the same thing and challenging themselves and making themselves better. And I think it's just a really amazing thing to watch. Thank you for helping me turn pain to purpose.